Hello, welcome to Laura's Painted Minis. I am Laura, and we're back to Mr. Ogre. So we're gonna work on all these different skulls, bones that he's got, and his teeth. And we'll have the right colors to go ahead and do the eyes, which are really small, but we'll get those done as well, probably, if we have time. I'm gonna go with some pretty standard bone colors. I've got brown liner that I'll use for the base color. Will help be the like really dark shadow. And I'm using Desert Stone for kind of a mid-tone color. And then of course, naturally some skeleton bone for this. It's pretty nice neutral bone color. And the Desert Stone is fairly neutral as well. So that way we should be clear from clashing with anything on the mini. I am just mixing them up right now because I did not have time to do that beforehand. It was a busy morning. And we had a busy weekend as well. So I feel like I'm definitely playing catch up. I was like had like a bit of a bummer over the weekend because I was going to a birthday party for one of my kids' friends, and since I knew it was gonna be a bunch of kids together and it would be probably loud and overstimulating, but so I was gonna plan on having my loop earbuds to wear, but I opened the case and there was only one in the case. So I presumably had lost it. And as of yesterday, I thought I did because I checked all my pants because there has been a couple of times where I've taken one out and then like slipped it in my pocket. Not in any pants or anything. And this morning, going to the chiropractor, I found it on the ground by the car. So it probably, the case, I'm guessing the case may have accidentally opened and it fell out. Or something. It's definitely one of those things where they've got it built so that you could keep it on your cane chain, but there's not a very strong clasp on it. So I need to figure out a different place to keep it where I'll still remember it when I want to go places. But I also have did go ahead and already ordered like a new pair of loop earbuds, so I might just end up like having one that stays at home and one that's stays in my purse or something, or maybe in the car, something like that. They didn't have the same exact color, but I liked they still had colors that I liked. I keep going back and forth on what to like treat this as, because it's a very weird part of the sculpt. It's also been actually kind of cool here as far as weather goes. It's been like in the 70s, which is more of like cool fall weather, so that's kind of nice. Not as many people joining, it seems. Is everyone getting ready for the different cons going on this week? No, there's the Reaper Con. I've heard some about maybe a couple others or something that goes on or are going on. It does seem like the fall has, like early fall, end of summer, has a lot of cons all at once. Then again, I feel like there's not really a time of the year that there isn't one going on. Okay, I think I have all the bones. Well, I guess except I haven't done his teeth. Look. Does kind of look like they did actually get a tone of some sort sculpted on here in his mouth. Got the upper teeth. these lower teeth. Yeah, I'll just actually go ahead and do, oops, not do that. Just go ahead and dab in the brown liner in there, because whatever I do for the tongue will need to be dark anyway, since it'll be in the mouth, technically. Didn't really get much painting done over the weekend. That's weird busy. I did get at least finish up the metallics on the orcs. At least most of them. There was, I think there's one where I noticed that one or two where I noticed I missed some metallic bits. I'll zoom in so you can actually see what I'm doing. I do feel like there's a tad bit of like desert stone or yellow and desert stone. So that having yellow up here will probably kind of, it's looking, definitely looking even more yellow kind of on this mini. That's probably because there is actual yellow nearby it to essentially accentuate that. see, we can do the eyes. Be really simple eyes, but so they're so small. Okay, so, well, waiting on the eyes. I'm gonna stick with painting this as a leather sack of some sort. And just be, you know, a weird leather pouch or sack or whatever. So that will mean I will need a lighter yellow, or not yellow, sorry, lighter leather, because we've already got like some darker leather that this is going to be up next to. And I'll probably just do my typical like kind of gray, brownish gray wolf type fur. It's kind of more of a neutral color, so that'll work here where, and you know, like basically where there is this fur, we need something that's probably gonna be on the lighter side and neutral. So that will be another place where we stick to definitely something more neutral. And also we've got this club here. I'll probably go with a neutral light leather color as well. I just haven't thought about what colors I want to use. That, or I would maybe lean towards a yellow leather, since I've already got kind of a reddish leather there. Let's see, okay, eyes. That's what we were working on. And there you go. Easiest thing to do when you're doing a monster with teeny eyes is this, where you paint a very dark color, almost black color, and then put dots of like an off-white. Or if you want, you can do a pure white. Do what I did with this, only with use a pure white, and then if you want like, colored eyes like red or green or whatever, you can just kind of glaze a red over top, and the pure white will help make it show up well. But I'm just gonna leave it like that. But let's see, so that's all the stuff that I was planning to do. So we'll come up, have a think. I'm just set these off to the side so I don't confuse them with the bone colors that I have out for the orcs. So I think I have enough done that I can tell pretty well of what I would do for a light leather color. And I've already meant, and obviously was already talking about it, so that's kind of, can tell my brain is already clicking with what I probably need. Question is just what to use. Let me look at what I have out on. My table. Okay, probably not that color. It's got quite a bit of red in it. Probably thinking rich leather. It's a really good go-to. It's yellowy. You can even see kind of. So maybe this being like the darkest color. I might. And then bring in some creamy ivory as well. These are leather pieces that are definitely kind of small, so it doesn't take much to highlight it. See how much rich leather changes when I add in creamy ivory. I'm going to put this my palette on the screen so you can see what I'm doing. So this will be more than enough. For some areas, like there's, I think, technically like a tiny rope that this is all hanging on to. That's not going to need much highlighting at all. There's not really going to be much room for highlighting. But in those bigger pouches, I can definitely have enough room to do all four of these colors, these mixes. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. This is about 50-50 of rich leather to creamy ivory in that one. It's looking redder on screen than it actually is, as far as that goes. And then this is 1 drop of rich leather to 3 drops of creamy ivory in here, and then that's just creamy ivory on the far right, and just rich leather on the far left. There we go. So I just started off with the glaze of that second color, but then that was just tinting it down way too much, where it was just too similar to the values of the yellow. So I went ahead and then made a new glaze with just the creamy ivory. So it would be brought back up. So now it's a similar value as the bones, which is not a problem. You can tell very clearly in comparison to that still a lot more easily than in comparison to the skin. Just gonna do some more lining though. Still. Okay. I'm going to use the desert stone that's already on my palette. And just base coat all the furs. Get some gray tones added in. This should give you an idea of kind of how light will go up, because this will be the shadow color. I like to kind of go in sequence of from the darkest shadow to the highest highlight. Sometimes that can mean having to do more layers of painting. But I don't mind that. Okay, I got the fur locked in and lined around, ready to go. So that next week I can get to work on that. Then probably, and I am gonna plan on using actual gray. So let's see, get some gray in there, and we'll probably, maybe, oops, sorry, just hit the mic. Bring in some misty gray even for some highlights, and then probably pick out, maybe I'll use coal black for some kind of more of the darker strands of fur to bring in a little bit of blue without really actually adding blue onto the mini. So yeah, it will look less yellowish brown and more, probably a lot more neutral once I actually get other colors added onto it to make it look like fur. Alright, well that's gonna be it for today. Got quite a bit of smaller things done. All of the bones and some lighter leather colors got added on, and face is looking more done. We just need to do his tongue. Let's sculpt it in there. So then we will be right back with the orcs on Thursday. Monday's kind of my stream for what I'm working on, typically to paint to sell, unless I need extra time for stuff for my campaign or whatever else, any games that I might be running. So yeah, started work on rope colors. This guy doesn't have much on him. Yeah, this guy has even less, but that is what I have got started on this morning. Figured out some colors for that, as well as the bone colors too. I was trying to figure out 2 different colors for that once I realized, I started with this mini and realized, oh wait, these are going to be overlapping each other. So, but yeah, we've got ways to go still on these guys. So yeah, we'll probably be doing something with these orcs on Thursday. So come back in, same time, 1:15 p.m. Central, and be sure to check out my other social medias. Just posted it in the chat. If you're watching this on the VOD or on YouTube, then they'll be included on the channel page itself. And yeah, that pretty much does it. So I will see you all Thursday. Bye.